Riders ready, watch the gate.
Hey, welcome to the Dirty Knobs Podcast. I'm your host, Hollywood Mike Miranda. My co-hosts are, as always, JV James Vicente and EC Eric Carter. And this episode is our Christmas special. You figured that out, didn't you? Anyhow, hope you guys enjoy it and a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We look forward to next year, new episodes, new guests, and again, we'll see you at Dirty Fest. June 6th, 7th, and 8th, Temecula, California. Don't miss it. Woo! Ho, ho, ho. Bobby, I need your rental car story for the Christmas special. Tell us the rental car story. I know you got one.
Well, yeah, I do. And that's what I was talking about, the Oklahoma story. Because we went to Midland, Odessa, Texas, which is a fucking shithole.
Tell us how you feel, Mr. Mayor. Seriously, who's we? We went. Who's we?
Well, all they had in Midland, Odessa was a Holiday Inn and then a bowling alley, period. And then, so it was the summer tour, I believe it was. It was part of the summer tour. It was the first summer tour I went on. So that's got to be 78, I guess. Yeah. And so we get to town. We had a rental car, or somebody had a rental car. I didn't, because didn't have a driver's license. But right on the other side of the Holiday Inn there was a motocross track right there. Like, all right, like nice. So, and I'm pretty sure Ted Gilmetti, because he was the only one that had a license at the time. So Ted Gilmetti got that. And so we're just going around town doing donuts in the parking lot, just doing whatever. So we decided to go to the track and take the rental car on the track.
On the motocross track.
The motocross track. So it wasn't like supercross. It was like little bumps, right? But so we did it, and we're hammering it, and we bottomed the thing out probably a dozen times. And then we jump back on the street. We're doing donuts in the parking lot at this Holiday Inn in Oklahoma, and cops are coming in. They see us doing it, and they pull us over, and they ask us who we are. And of course, we're all California kids, right? Nobody likes California kids because we're all a bunch of assholes.
That's right.
And so cop pulls us all out of the car, makes us stand up, put our hands on the car. They're frisking us, the whole deal. They think we have drugs because we're California kids. And the cop looks at me, because I said something, like, don't be, you're an ass, what's going on? And he goes, hey, you call me Red too. Hey, Red, don't
hey, Red,
we don't act like assholes in Oklahoma, okay? And I go, yeah, cool. Well, we're just having a good time. We didn't do anything wrong. We're out riding on the track. And end result was none of us got a ticket. He let us go. It was cool. But by the time we're done, we noticed there was a shitload of gasoline on the floor. And so I guess we proceeded to puncture the gas tank.
Oh.
So we did one of the famous tricks of just plug it up with whatever we got, gum, something. And we, boom, ripped back to the car rental place. Hey, the car's not working good. Traded the car and got another car, and we were scot-free. They never knew. Nothing happened. They didn't check on it. I guess the gum held long enough for it.
Love it.
So
fantastic. Well, thanks, Bobby.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
Hey, Eric Roof, got a question for you. All the years you've been racing, you must have a rental car story.
A rental car story?
Well, tell us whatever rental car stories you want to tell us.
I'll just give you one, because the list is... Anyway, this is probably my favorite one. It's Rockford, Illinois, 1984. And it's Monday morning, time to head back to the airport. Well, all weekend I've been eyeing up these railroad tracks because it's a perfectly shaped tabletop. I've got a Volkswagen Rabbit and it's pretty fast. And I'm in the parking lot and everybody's bringing their bags down and getting loaded up. Our Mongoose team has probably got 4 rental cars and I'm by myself. I got my own. And I decide that I'm going to go try this tabletop because it's like 2 tracks, right? One in one direction, one in the other. So that's got to be probably 8 to 10 feet, and it's perfectly shaped. It's a nice lip. It's flat across the top. Got a good backside. I probably won't have to go too fast. Well, I go a little too fast, and I overclear the landing, and boom, just flat bottom the car. I mean, bad. It's loud. And I'm like, oh, that wasn't good. I was going too fast. So I go back to the hotel and there's Russell Kawa and all the other people. And now it's a little misty out. So the ground is a little damp. And I'm going to show everybody that I can, in Rockford, Illinois, I can do a Rockford 180 slide in my rental car. So I'm full speed in reverse, whip the car around, throw it back and drive. It's a clean 180, clean. And all of a sudden, the check engine light comes on in the car. And I'm like, oh, wow, what's going on there, right? So now not only the check engine light comes on, the oil light comes on. And so we're leaving to go to the airport. And I stop into the gas station, which is just around the corner. And the guy checks the dipstick and he's like, you're out of oil. And I'm like, how can I be out of oil? It's a rental car. And so I said, well, just put in whatever it takes. And he puts like 3 quarts of oil in the car. And we take off. You know, Rockford's 70 miles from the Chicago airport. And we're 25 miles down the road and the oil light comes on again. I mean, it's out of oil again. So the rental car, I call the rental car from another gas station, and I don't know what's wrong with it. It's broken. It's out of oil, and so we put all the stuff in one of the other rental cars, and the tow truck comes and takes it. They get a hold of me like 10 days later, and this is speedy 10 days to tell me that for some reason there was a hole in the oil pan in the underside of the car. Well, that was from over jumping the tabletop there over the railroad tracks. Oh my goodness. And
I think you got a new nickname. I think we're calling you Rockford.
That's right.
We never had to pay for it. But that was I was 21 at the time. Can you imagine the dumb shit we did at 21?
Oh,
and that was
awesome.
That was
That's
one
awesome.
of the things. That was one of the things.
Thanks for the story, man. That's great.
Hey, hey, you know, we got a special. We do it every Christmas. You've got to have a rental car story.
Nice guy like you.
Yeah. Mild-mannered.
Yeah.
With the firm,
Yeah.
those rental cars. Oh man.
I'm sure that nothing ever happened with you guys in a rental car.
Oh.
God, we ruined a lot of rental cars.
Well, tell us one.
You know, I wasn't
Save it, pal. We know you were.
the only time we were pulling out of a hotel
There we go.
and somebody forgot something. And so I fucking jammed it in reverse, pissed off, and fucking stomped on it. And there was a fucking guy sitting behind us.
Oh.
Boom! So
Racer or non-racer?
non-racer.
Behind you.
Oh yeah, just innocent
Just
bystander.
normal
Regular.
innocent people.
Normal people, not BMX.
So
Yeah,
I'm on the
normal.
phone with my insurance agent, who I knew real well because, you know, he was with my dad forever and then, you know, with us forever. So he's like, just give him my information.
That's
That
the way.
was one. There were so many. The funniest stuff was freaking Mikey.
He was a
Yeah.
rental car
He was
destroyer.
hard on freaking rent-a-cars.
Yeah.
He was borrowing wheels and tires from other rent-a-cars and burning them up and
I
flattening
was in that.
them.
I was on that car with him that weekend.
Were you?
Yeah,
That was an insane weekend. I can't remember what that track on the hill.
Bumps and berms,
Bumps and berms.
Mm.
York,
What
Pennsylvania.
we were
Dude,
we were we shouldn't even been racing on that track.
it was.
It was
yeah,
one of those
and
weekends.
It,
It was like
I
one of
was
those
just-
fuck it weekends.
I was just gonna say that, man. It was one of those weekends where we all
Fuck it.
showed up. There was 90 motos or something. We're like, dude, it was almost like a collective. Everybody, all the pros were like, you know what?
We're
This
like,
this is a fucking
like,
off weekend.
fuck it. It was just dumb.
It was, dude.
It was just dumb.
It was
And everyone had a fucking attitude, killing rent-a-cars.
I'm getting my money's worth.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
exactly what
Make
it
me
was.
come to York,
That
Pennsylvania.
was
I'll
like-
show you.
That was one of my ultimate, that was one of the ultimate, like, fucking rent-a-car, kill the rent-a-car weekends.
Yeah, there was.
I remember Roop jumping some railroad tracks and tearing a fucking oil pan off a rent-a-car also.
He told us that story.
He
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking sweet.
Yeah.
He ripped a hole in the bottom of that thing. He tried to keep driving it and had to
Yeah.
keep filling it up with oil. Oh, dude. You
So
know,
good.
here's
God.
the thing. I mean, it's pretty dated now, but you got to think, man, at some point, 10, 15 years ago, somebody's driving those cars still, man.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Somebody-
That's
those
what
cars-
I always tell everyone, don't buy a rent-a-car.
No.
There's a possibility one of us drove it.
Right? And you don't want it.
You don't want that.
It really is crazy, man. When you think it, like I wonder. We're only privy to our industry and how our industry does it, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
wonder if I know the Supercross world does it like that as well, but I wonder if golfers, if the golf world, if those guys when they show up to a tournament weekend and they're rooming with buddies,
Oh, dude, the bowlers are doing it.
are they?
The bowlers are doing it.
I love it.
Going to the bowling competitions, killing rent-a-cars, just like we did. We're all the same. It's just a different sport.
With fancier shirts. They're doing it with fancier shirts.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I could see the skaters and the surfers. I could see that just being out of control. But
Oh, yeah.
I think it would be. I know that the Supercross. There's a couple Supercross stories out about cars that were wrecked and brought onto people's personal Supercross tracks and buried for jumps. So like I've heard, like they got rid of rental cars that way.
Wow.
Wow.
But
That's good shit.
what we thought was normal when we were doing that, now that we're like mature adults, we've got families and kids and stuff. You
Mhm.
think back to that now, like imagine your kids right now being a part of a sport and going away and then coming back and saying, Mom, Dad, you won't believe it. I was in the car and Mr. Johnson, my team manager, was driving and he was jumping these railroad tracks, dude.
Yeah.
It's like so wild, man.
Or hitting the e-brake on the highway.
That's right. It's just nuts.
Yeah.
Mom, our minivan, well, we had a minivan just like that. And we took it down a fire road and all the floorboards were pushed up from all the boulders we were running over. It was super cool. It
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
was super cool, Mom.
But I'll tell you
Remember-
what, man, we are so lucky that we lived in that era, because I don't think you can get away with it like you did then.
Hey, Todd Huffman. Every year at Christmas, we do a Christmas special. Just wondering if you might have a rental car story for us.
A rental car story.
I know you were on the management end of it most of the time, but I figured somewhere down the
you-
line, you must have a rental car story.
No, the only rental car stories was that I always had was telling guys on the weekends. This is Ellis, Corbett, Danny, Dale Holm, all those guys. I don't want any phone calls. Right? Like that was the mantra. They knew it. Huff does not get any phone calls during the weekend when there's a national, because that means there's a problem, right? And
Did you ever get a phone call?
no, never got a phone call, but I would have some issues with Bill Nelson.
I was
right?
gonna
He's
say,
he is management, right?
would
Like
be your guy.
him and I strategize about picking up riders and who's going to get what and whatever, right? But he'd be the first guy to do a backwards
Yes, he would.
e-brake on a Lincoln Town car to smoke the rear wheels off it in the parking lot.
God bless
How do
Mr.
I
Nelson.
look like, and Bill's like, huh? You just got to do it.
You got to push the glasses up. Huff, hey, Mike, sometimes you just got to be one of the guys.
Charles Townsend did one time get in trouble. He put his feet, he was like resting his feet up, against the windshield, kind of leaning back at the and he popped the fucking windshield out of the town.
Oh shit.
Way to go, Choo Choo.
Easy
Move, Choo Choo.
Like, anyhow. Yeah, no phone calls. Huff didn't want any phone calls on the weekend.
Perfect.
When it comes to races, there wasn't a lot of rental cars with me. I've always been more of like a van camping at the track guy. But I have done some rental cars, like with the freestyle comps and stuff like that. And I remember getting a rental car stuck on a box jump at an event up in New York City.
Wow.
In New York City.
And the car was stuck on the ramp. We had to get creative to get the car off the ramp. And it was one of those deals where I think I was driving it back to Philly, and I drove the car back to Philly, and it honestly was smashed, steaming, just like an episode of Jackass or something. The car was steaming, and I dropped it off and did just played it off. Yeah, how's the car? Yeah, it was great. Everything was great. Yeah, I gave him the keys. And that's about it. That's about the only time I ever wrecked a rental car.
Let me just say I am surprised. I am surprised that is. I get it, and a car smoking when you return it isn't fantastic, but I can't believe that there's not like some crazy 3-wheeled story. Maybe if you returned it with 3 wheels.
I'm wondering how the car got on top of the jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I think I've done more damage to my own personal cars than I have to rental cars. Yeah.
Amazing.
I probably have more respect for rental cars than my own cars.
Hey everybody, Sean here from Rad BMX Builds. If you don't know who I am, I'm retired military owning a small veteran-owned BMX company. I specialize in social media content and build old school and retro BMX bikes from predominantly the 80s. Sometimes I dabble into the 70s and into the 90s, but 80s are my area. I'm a Gen X kid and I love this type of stuff. So if you like old school BMX builds and content, events and shows, make sure you give me a follow on Instagram at rad_BMX_builds. I also have a YouTube channel. Go check us out on YouTube at Rad BMX Builds. I wish all of you a very merry BMXmas, and as always, stay rad.
Hey guys, Matt here from the Nostalgic Neighborhood. We're building a community of friends reconnecting with the best parts of our youth, 80s pop culture, skateboarding, and of course BMX. We've got video coverage of events like the Buckeye Bike Show, Flatland Jams, the BMX Hall of Fame ceremony, and then the Rad event down in Texas with Kevin Hull, Eddie Fiola, and Hollywood himself.
Oh, my third dramatic exit.
I've shared bike builds, we've relived childhood memories, and I've even started flatland riding at 49. In 2025, we're ramping things up, more BMX, more nostalgia. Join us for the fun over on YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, welcome, riders. My name's Kevin Wilson from the BMXers podcast, and I want to make a personal invitation to all you dirty bastards out there to come and watch. If you're into old school BMX stories, old school trivia, or building old school bikes, I'd like to invite you to come by the BMX Experts podcast on the BMX Experts YouTube channel and check us out. Leave me a message, subscribe, leave me a dirty message. It doesn't matter. Want to hear from you. Thanks very much. And keep watching the Dirty House podcast because that's where it's at. Peace out. Thanks for everything. Thanks for everything.
Hi guys, this is Danny Pena from Danny Pena BMX Racing on YouTube. I like to review BMX races. I love going over BMX magazines such as this, BMX Action being my favorite. Huge fan of the Dirty Knobs podcast. I love the fact that they're giving me some support on this. I love talking about BMX. Please go to my channel, like, subscribe, comment. I come up with videos just about every week. Love talking BMX. I do a lot of the old stuff, new stuff, mid-school, whatever you want. Come to my channel. Thanks a lot.
Hey, you bunch of dirty knobs. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, listen to us on Spotify, on Apple, but really check us out on YouTube if you're not already. And please subscribe. It helps us. Yeah, it does. Eddie Fiola, listen, we have a Christmas special where we talk about rental car stories. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, we don't have any freestyle rental car stories. Can you be not only king of skateboards, but the first guy to tell us a rental car story from the freestyle side?
Yeah, sure. So a freestyle story. We went to Holland, and it was myself and Bob Morales, and we got this little Ford Fiesta, and this thing maxed out at like 73 miles an hour and didn't go anywhere. And we're in Holland, and we're following the GT promoter. I think it was Pierre Carsmaker, used to be an old motocross rider. And he's in like some Mercedes Benz, and he's driving around, and it has just rained, and I'm new at the rental car deal, but I understand what an e-brake does. So I'm, every chance I get, I'm hitting the e-brake, and I'm pulling sideways, and I'm sliding back and forth, and all of a sudden Pierre takes off, and I got to catch up to him, but he turns a corner. So I turn the corner, and I crank this e-brake, and we start doing 360s, and I'm trying to put the brake back down, but I pulled so hard the button won't press back in, and I'm doing 360s. And if you've ever been to Holland, there's these wedge, that's the road that goes straight, and on each side of the road there's a huge ditch. Yep. And in between the ditches there's a driveway that goes into the drive, right? So when I pull this thing, we're spinning 360s, I'm heading for this ditch, but luckily enough, I hit a tree. And when I hit the tree, I take a big size gouge out of the tree, buckle the hood, pop the doors sideways, and I end up in the driveway of this house. 3 cars behind me are the cops. Now, they don't speak a lick of English, and I don't speak a lick of any of whatever language they were speaking, German, Dutch, whatever it was, and I didn't speak it. And I'm going, it just locked up. I don't know what happened. The car just stopped, and I hit a tree. Pierre comes back, and he mends things, right? And he says, okay, it's this, and they let us on our way. We are on our way to Germany, and we get into the German border, and the German border says, that car is fucked up. you cannot bring that car into our country. The headlights smashed, the hood is wired down, the doors don't shut all the way, and so we have to take all of our gear and we have to shove it into Pierre's car, and eventually we get to Germany. Now we spend 2 weeks in Germany doing shows. Now these 2 weeks in Germany, it was great, but in Holland it rained the whole time.
Oh shit.
So when we get back to the border of Holland and Germany, when we opened the doors, it was like out of a movie. If fish were inside, it would have been perfect. But you open the doors and all this water just comes running out. And the day we get back, it's not raining, it's hot and it's sunny and it's mildewy and it smells bad, and the doors didn't shut, and that's how come all the rain got in. And so now we're actually on our way back to the airport in this rent-a-car that is FUBAR. Bob Morales is now driving, and I'm in the passenger seat, and he's driving, and his foot is to the floor. We're going the fastest we can wherever we're going. We're getting to the airport, and we're hauling ass, and then all of a sudden, the hood rises up. The hood just it smashes the windshield. The windshield is broken. It's now we can't see anything, and Bob veers to the left and runs the guardrail, and you could see sparks coming off the car, off the guardrail, and it's just slime. Just we're ruining the car even more. It's trashed. We've got some hangers inside the car from some of the shirts that somebody given us, and we pushed the hood down, we kicked the windshield out. We are wearing our Amy goggles now inside the car. We're driving to the airport, and we park the farthest away you could possibly park, away from the main car rental desk. And we come in like there's nothing wrong. We hand him the keys. He says, "Oh, great." And he's doing this, and he's just signing stuff off. And he goes, "You know what the mileage is?" And Bob and I stare at each other. No. And the guy sends out one of the cronies. Oh. And he comes back like this blank look on his face. Like, what did you do to this car? I mean, it is, the front windshield's gone, the hood's bent, the sides mashed in, and he's literally handing the guy the numbers of the mileage, and he's just looking at us. And we go, "Is that it?" And the guy that took the numbers says, "Yep, that's it." And he's signing some more stuff, and we walk out. And that's pretty much our rent-a-car story, except for like 3 weeks later, I get a bill. And I'm thinking, shit, this is the rent-a-car that we're gonna have to pay for. But it was for the tree I hit, and it was $100 because we damaged the tree.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. What a great story.
Dude,
Oh my gosh.
I've never heard somebody say, "and luckily."
Yeah.
Luckily, we wouldn't have been able to get out. If it was in the ditch, it would have been done. And
Yes.
luckily, it was still drivable. So
Dude, that's so good.
Oh.
Perfect edition. Perfect edition.
The best rent-a-car story is from at the Hall of Fame was what's his name, the freestyle guy, Harkin. No, not Harkin. The MTV
TJ Lavin.
guy, TJ Lavin.
Yeah.
Did you hear his story?
No.
No.
Okay, I'm not gonna say anything then.
We'll have him on eventually.
Yeah.
The best rent-a-car story. Never gentle on the rental.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So we do a Christmas special, and it's a compilation of rental car stories. And there's been
That
some
would be
doozies.
awesome.
There's
Oh,
been
I
some
bet.
doozies.
This is a good one.
This is a good one.
Yeah.
That's right.
This will be the topper for season 3.
Yeah.
All
well, for
right,
sure.
all right.
It's a
Well,
good story.
hey, TJ Lavin might top this one. It was a great story that he told while he was getting his award, and it was awesome. It was about memories, and it was great. So definitely make sure that you do an interview with TJ Lavin and ask him about the rent-a-car and the story he told during the Hall of Fame induction for him.
Ah,
Yeah.
all right.
Eddie, thank you so much, man. It's gonna be
No
great.
worries.
This is gonna be
I
great.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
And
man.
yeah, call me anytime. If you need anything, Eric, I'm close. Like
Yes.
real close. So and Mike, maybe we were thinking, Kid, Mindy and I, we were thinking when the Rad Day happens again at the theaters, that we'll come out to your theater.
Or I'll come to yours. It doesn't matter. I love doing it with you. It's great.
Yeah,
Either
but
way.
I've already been at mine, so we
Yeah.
got to go out there.
Yeah.
So
Well, come on. You guys can come and stay with me. You'll have a good. I promise you, you'll have a good time.
great, we'll rent a car.
We got lots of trees up here. I don't know.
Oh man.
Oh, Eddie, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you very much.
Yay.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that one, you bunch of dirty knobs.
Hey, this is John Cruz. No, we're not having an earthquake. I have Parkinson's. What do you think of that, Michael?
We ought to pitch in and get you a gimbal.
That would be nice. But seriously, this is John Cruz, and I obviously have something going on, and I was diagnosed with Parkinson's 20 years ago this year, actually. So I've chosen the Davis Phinney Foundation over the years to be my voice for Parkinson's. If you're not familiar with the Davis Phinney Foundation, Davis Phinney is one of the winningest cyclists in American history. He's the roadie, if you guys remember those roadies out there, all that Lycra and stuff. But he is just a great man. When he was diagnosed with Parkinson's, he decided to make a difference in people's lives. And his choice was to start a foundation. And that foundation obviously wishes for a cure for Parkinson's, because there is no cure at this time. But they recognize that you have to live with Parkinson's, and your caregivers are having to live and take care of us. And the Davis Phinney Foundation, that's what they do, is they only look for a cure, but they look for ways to enhance the quality of life for Parkinson's sufferers and their caregivers. So I appreciate all of you supporting the Davis Phinney Foundation. It certainly means a lot to me. I know we all have something, right? So I think it's important to give back to our communities, whether it's BMX or a foundation that's close to your heart. If you don't have one, please choose mine. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you, John Cruz. You certainly have made a difference in a lot of lives, including mine, and giving us the opportunity to do something good for somebody else is fantastic. So thank you. Thank you so much. And on behalf of John Cruz, please find a way to give something to the Davis Phinney Foundation on behalf of John Cruz, the Dirty Knobs, and your entire BMX family. Thank you very much.
Our mission is to grow the sport at the local level. We've reached out to TOs across the country to say, what is your need to better reach new riders, both young and old? And we've put a financial number to that to make it easier for sponsors and donors to jump in and say, I got this one. You can check out our website, bmxbreakthrough.com. Reach out to me directly, j@bmxbreakthrough.com. We've got our social media at BMX Breakthrough. We've got the podcast as well. Thank you so much for your support, and let's get more kids and adults on bikes.
Okay, so we're ready for this. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, record. Hey guys, this is Bill Ryan. I'm the owner of Supercross, and I'm now the caretaker of Torker. Now, Torker, you might see right above the shoulder here of this dirty knob, Mike Miranda. He's got a Torker jersey. He's a Torker alumni. We've been working for 9 years to bring Torker back to its original foundation, to its original roots, to its original twin top tube radness. A bunch of really cool restoration, remake, new versions of what you remember from your childhood that you actually get to ride. If you're in the UK, Alan's BMX, what a fun project. 9 years of my life has been dedicated into this to try and bring more fun to everybody out there. You need to ride a Torker. For more information, you just go to torkerracing.com or follow us on Torker Racing on Instagram. Boom, you're going to get to see all the inside stuff.
And then sing it out right now.
All right, coming live and direct from the Colt Clubhouse in Santa Ana, California. Come on down and get all your BMX needs. We're giving away free air for your tires. That's all I got, brother.
That's great. That's great. All right. Now.
It's perfect.
Perfect.
Velocity Bike Park is the premier bike park for riders in Southern California, with 25 miles of world-class trails, obstacles, flow track, and races for mountain biking, gravel, and BMX.
Ultramax, when you get home from the races, do you feel dirty? I mean, is your bike dirty? Really dirty? I know you're dirty. Well, that's when you need the Ultramax sponge, guaranteed to get all your hard to reach places clean. I know, because Hollywood is always dirty. Not available where reading glasses and bobbleheads are sold, but you can still get an Ultramax t-shirt at dirtyknobs.com.
B-Side Bikes, the very best in original vintage BMX and motocross parts. With many parts to choose from, we are consistently selling and buying. Hit us up for your special requests. Chances are we can find it. Since 2015 and family ran B-Side Bikes. The passion never fades at B-Side Bikes. It just continues. B-Side Bikes. ODI Grips, the world leader in grip technology. Home of the lock-on grip system. Check them out over at www.odigrips.com. "4416 Designs" commercial. Take one.
All right, 4416 Designs. We make shirts, but we don't sell them. We're just giving back to the sport. If you're out at Ukaipa BMX and you need a shirt, hit me up. I'll hook you up with one.
Yeah, I love that.
Guys, you're watching the Dirty Knob Podcast with Mike Miranda, Eric Carter, James Vicente. What the heck? Are you enjoying the show? Well, hey, take a minute. Stop. Pause. Go to your computer. TorkerRacing.com. You know what you want to do. TorkerRacing.com. Check it out. You're going to check out the new Pro X frames. You're going to check out the EK frames. You're going to check out the Barbarians. You're going to see the new Torker shirts. You're going to see the pads. You're going to see all the new stuff. Go to TorkerRacing.com.
Mega Design Group is a full-service marketing firm. They handle everything from logos to advertising to packaging. Having over 25 years experience in the print and marketing fields, they can handle any hurdle. Check it out at megadesigngroup.com. Cool Stop Brake Pads. High performance bicycle brake pads since 1977. Check them out at coolstop.com. That's KOOLSTOP.com.
You dirty knobs! You've been watching the Dirty Knob Podcast with Mike Miranda, Eric Carter, and James Vicente. Guess what? Now, I'm Bill Ryan. This is Supercross BMX. You need to click on the supercrossbmx.com. Come on over. Buy stuff. We need to sell stuff so we can keep in business, so we can keep supporting the show. Come on. Do it.
Hey
everyone, this is Brian Wilson with ProGate. We are the official gate supplier for UCI and the Olympics. We even make a gate that you can practice on in your driveway at home.
Wait a minute. Who else are you making a gate for?
We're making a gate for Dirty Fest. You guys got to come and check it out. Whatever Dirty Fest needs for this track, we're going to supply it. We're not some French knockoff, you know. We're the gold standard in BMX gates. And make sure to check us out at progate.net and bmxtracksupply.com, and we'll see you at Dirty Fest for sure. Take care, everybody.
Hey, folks, this is Mike Rodriguez, aka Mr. Crit. I've been racing and making number plates since 1980. You know, like when they used to do one pedal starts. But you know, Crit Plate has been around for 43 years. The last 4 decades, the who's who of BMX have raced a Crit number plate straight to the handlebars. And you know, you get that guy Mike Savage, the international man of BMX, still doing it strong. And you know, back in the day, the plates used to be reversible because there was multiple sanctions, and you could put, you know, one sanction on one side, one on the other. Now you just got one. But Crit is still reversible, and that logo is still on the back for guys like Mike and you rad guys, you know, like Mike Miranda, who would turn those handlebars and twist them up. And we got it rad just for you.
All right. Hey, where will we see those plates?
Those plates you can see at every single bike shop that stocks BMX stuff in the USA and Canada.
And where will you be at? Will you be at an event sometime soon?
Damn, I'm sponsoring the Dirty Fest, and I can't wait to come out to Southern California and get dirty.
Amy grips, still made here in the USA. Used by world champions like me, Tommy Brackens. If you want to know more about the best grips on earth, go to amy.com.
All right, Mark, you ready?
Yeah.
Hey guys, how's it going? This is Dino Bartoli from ABSA Pro.
And I'm Mark Darcy from ABSA Pro.
Together, we are bringing you the ABSA Pro Bike Show Association. Our mission is to bring together a bike show community across the United States. We have these bike shows. We're going to run them all the same with consistent rules and a detailed, organized judging format. We wanted to make an organization so that you guys can get points. So there's a point system, a code of conduct, rules and regulations. We have a membership that's specifically old school bike shows. You want to get on board all that hard work and dedication that you put into your bikes. You want to show it off. You want to have it justified, all that hard work you've done. You want to bring it out to our shows. You want to join our memberships, get associated with us.
Actually, our awards are phenomenal awards. We have best of show trophies. We have 17 classes. There's 3 trophies per class. And we even hand out super clean awards to some of the other participants that are there. So come check it out. Come bring your bikes, enjoy the shows, and enjoy what we're doing with the bike show community.
Don't forget to sign up.
Our website has all our judging critiques on it, how we judge, what we judge, our 50-point scale with quarter points. We take it down to the nitty-gritty to make sure the best of the bike wins.
Dino, where do we go to find out that information?
You go to absapro.com. That's absapro.com.
Let me say that again, absapro.com.
Ready?
And that's going in.
Yeah.
We need a doing.
All right. What's your nickname for like on the mic? Do you have a?
No.
You don't have?
I don't really have a nickname. It's just Mike on the mic. She got one.
That's getting edited.
Yeah.
We're putting that in.
Hi, I'm Mike Miller, author of Day One by Michael Miller. And a special offer going out. Anybody who buys the book between now and Dirty Fest, which is April 28th through 30th, I'm going to take all the money from the book and send it to the Davis Phinney Foundation for those with Parkinson's. So get your copy on Amazon.com and we'll make a donation.
Hey, what was the name of that book again?
Day One by Michael Miller, which is me.
I'm sorry. Hey, what was that name again?
Day One by Michael Miller.
Hey, support the podcasts that support us, our friends. The fine folks over there at All Things BMX, which is our favorite Wednesday night live podcast, as you know. Our buddies over there at Beer Budget BMX, Big Bike BMX, and BMX Weekly. Check them out. Check them out. Our friends.
What's up, everybody? It's your friend Isaac from Big Bike BMX, and I've got a podcast with my best friend, 80s BMX Craig.
Yep. And guess what, you guys? If you have enjoyed your time here on the Dirty Knobs podcast, we'd love for you guys to come over and hang out with us at Big Bike BMX, where we've got all your old school legends and BMX from the past and today at Big Bike BMX. Isaac,
come check us out. We'd love the opportunity to win you over. And if not, hey, it's just another place to talk about BMX with your grimy friends. It's fun.
Hey, Dale Holmes, I want to tell you something. One of my favorite podcasts that I never miss is BMX Weekly. Even though it has an accent, I still love it.
Cheers, Mike. You can get all the podcasts on bmxweekly.com. Old school, mid school, today's school. Check it out.
Yeah, BMX Weekly.
Hey, here we go. Hey, Beer Budget BMX, baby. Coming at you live from the Beer Budget studios over here at the Hack Shack Quarantine. Oh, man, we're coming in hotter than Satan's nutsack. Yeah, we are dirtier than an Alabama strip club where reclass pros go and get lap dances by their half-sister. Yeah, the only show that'll make you second-guess your life choices like a Amish on an e-bike.
hey, if you guys enjoy what you just listened to, make sure you tune in every Wednesday night to the All Things BMX show, the only live streaming podcast show in the game right now. Even ask Mike. He's been on. Vicente's been on. Still waiting for that other guy to come on the show. You can find us on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. And you can also find us at allthingsbmxshow.com.
Keep it dirty.
Oh, man.
So bad, yeah.
These are the outtakes.
These are the outtakes. Dude, I'm telling you, the outtakes are hilarious. Some of the shit that we say.
Hey, I say you run it raw, dog. No edit.
You just no edit. Just put it out there.
Just
no way.
Hey, including this part.
No, you can't put this in there. You can't put this in.
Oh man, that's gonna be one of those things they say it ends up on the editing room floor.
Yeah,
that's how it goes up.
Yeah. Okay, JV, what was it? Do we have more on the list before you side rail this thing?
Yeah.
Upgrade Zoom, JV. I got JV out from Saturday the 2nd from Ramadan.
Yeah.
Are you going to Mecca? Were you?
I'm going to.
You are kind of.
No. What?
You're kind of going to Mecca.
Scotland. All right. That's all I have on the milestone dates.
Where are you going? God. Never stops.
Never stops.
Nope.
Hey, JV, you've got to keep us on track. You have got to ask real smart questions.
We're fucking idiots.
And I'm gonna do my best to keep the idiotic show going. The idiot show going.
Dude, I haven't even, you guys are going to laugh. You guys are going to think I'm weird. I haven't watched our podcast, the first one. I haven't seen
it. I've watched it probably like 3-4 times already.
I haven't seen it.
I've watched it. I've watched it in its entirety 0 times.
Oh, really?
But I've watched it from beginning to end with stopping a bazillion times.
Oh, yeah.
Because the editing, but there's another story that EC doesn't know that I want to tell. But I don't know how to mix it in. You and I have talked about it offhand a couple of times. About Googs.
Googs?
Googs. Oh, Googs. Yeah. So you've heard us talk about the bowl.
Yeah.
And I'll say that Jersey's a little weird. There are some weird things about Jersey.
The water. There's something in the water.
Yes.
It's just
exactly.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
different. Jersey's different.
So the area, there was an area right by the bowl that they called Albino Village. And it was no, for real. And
Okay.
it was called Albino. I mean, this is a story behind it. You would go like past the bowl, down the road, and then underneath like a trestle, like
Train,
a
yeah, a little train trestle thing.
Yeah.
and then you go into another complex of like houses.
Yeah.
And it was called Albino Village because they said it, a long time ago, that's where they would I guess put albinos, or
That's
would
where
all
they would
live there
go.
together or whatever. And that was Albino Village. In Albino Village were two buddies that I used to just ride bikes with around the neighborhood.
Mike
One guy-
something.
Yeah, Mike Rott,
that's right,
R-O-T-T,
Mike Rott, that's right,
Mike Rott. And then I don't know the guy's real name, but a guy named they call Googs.
Googs.
Googs took us to his house one time. Mike was over. Took us to his house one time. We went down to his basement.
In Albino Village.
Yeah,
in
hold on.
Albino Village. Go ahead.
So we're riding. We've been riding a while. And we're gonna go sit and drink. And he goes, "Hey, you guys want to come to my house and get something to drink?"
Okay.
We're like, "Yeah, sure." He goes, "Yeah, I live just right around here." He didn't say I live in Albino Village.
Albino Village.
No.
He goes,
Yeah.
right around here. So now JV goes.
So then we ride to his house. We go and he goes, hey, you want to see it was an alligator, right? Want to see my alligator?
Because I had to go down my room. You guys want? I got some pets. I got pets.
I got pets.
Dude, he had a fucking alligator. It was not a huge one. It was like maybe this
it
big.
whatever. No, it was the size of
It was like
as big as an aquarium as he had. It was maybe 3 feet or 4 feet. I remember it being like arm's distance.
EC, the fucking thing was exact size of the aquarium. It couldn't move. It can't turn. It can't. It's like veal. Like it seriously. There's no way that fucking thing could turn around.
So did he take it out?
No, just stayed there.
It just stayed there.
And he goes, "You want to see me feed him?" And I'm like,
Sure.
Huh?
So what
he
does he
takes a
feed?
white mouse and he
Yeah.
throws it in there.
Threw
And
the
the
mouse
mouse
in
runs
there.
around. He runs around to the back. He runs by the tail. He runs over the foot. And Goo goes, "Just keep watching. The mouse will go to the front. They always do." And the mouse goes,
Yeah. If the mouse was smart, just stay by the tail. There's no way it could. Yeah.
Oh my God.
he doesn't know. He's just the mouse thinks it's like a big, jungle gym or something.
He's running on a log.
Run down.
Exactly.
Finally, he gets up to the front, and the thing goes.
That's it.
But dude, it was still.
It was it can't move. It was crazy looking. Seriously.
That's wild.
And then
So-
when the mouse came out here to the front, JV and I are like,
Yeah.
and then when the thing goes, we both.
How?
Somebody wants to come on desperately.
Yeah.
Charles.
Oh my God! He called. I talked to him on the phone, and he's pretty much up my ass about it.
No, he
I bet.
said the nasty fucking thing. Tell those fuckers I want to come on or something. He sent me a note.
Yeah. And then I said, then he goes, well, and then he insulted me again, and he's like, well, I know none of you fuckers know how to use a computer. And he goes, so can you, I don't know. And I'm not very technical. And I know I'm probably not talking to anyone that knows how to do it. I was like, fucker, I do the whole thing. What are you talking about, man?
You
jackass.
You got to tell him he can't come on until he gets a wide lens for his camera to fit his head on the screen.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna roast him. when he gets on. I am so gonna roast him, dude.
Hey, you're gonna roast him about alcohol, aren't you?
Oh, that's my number one thing. I can't wait.
I know.
JV after the races, he would take rubbing alcohol. Every race, he bought a brand new bottle,
Yeah.
and he would take the cap off, and he would pour it in a washcloth, and he'd wash his face with pure alcohol.
Wow.
Scrub
To clean his face.
To clean his face.
Yeah.
And I tell you,
Wow.
man, it don't take ugly off. And I'm going to tell him that, man. Every time I say, hey, man, it don't take ugly off.
You guys pretended to be frozen. I was cracking. I was standing right here watching, and you guys were like,
Maybe
No.
he'll go away.
maybe he'll just go away.
Meanwhile, James is texting me, shut his ass off. Shut his ass off.
Shut it off. Shut it off. Pull the plug, man.
Cut his
Make it stop.
camera.
Cut the
Cut him off.
Stop, please.
Cut the feed.
Please make it stop.
Dude, I cannot believe some of the shit that he was saying.
You
You
guys,
could probably do something with that whole thing.
all right.
JV's just like, oh, man, I got it through my head. I can't even think
Oh
about it.
God.
JV, he can't believe it. Look at him.
JV says, no, I was enjoying it.
Exactly the whole time. It was a great podcast.
All it was the end.
Oh, dude, we played this game before. JV,
Yeah.
I was check this out. I was at Sea Otter, and I was on an athlete's board at Sea Otter, which meant I was an athlete ambassador, which meant I had to go to like press stuff and sit at these press conference things at the table
Yeah.
in front of all these people. And I also had to do a radio interview, and Hollywood gave me words that I had to use on stage. Dude, I had an earpiece in and he was telling me shit. And then I had to do it on a on a radio.
On a broadcast, yeah.
On a radio, it was like a radio
Oh,
broadcast. And dude, what were what they were like
Uterus.
Yes. Yeah, I think it was uterus. It was
How
something.
the fuck did you work that in?
I do you remember? Because I do.
I don't remember how I.
Oh, dude, it was the champion of all champion. Yeah, you know, I a couple of years ago I raced here and I slipped. I came unclipped and I fell on my bar. Man, I swear I bruised my uterus.
No.
And dude, I was like, okay, champion.
Is that what I said?
Yes.
Your uterus.
Yeah, I think I bruised my uterus. It was I lost. I go, okay, that's a champion of my champions right there. I came unclipped. I fell on my top tube, and I think I bruised my uterus. That's what you said. How good is that? On a radio, JV, on a radio broadcast. Imagine you're talking. There's some guy in your uterus. You got to use the word uterus. And he's like, yeah, and it's like, oh yeah, I was, a few years ago, the question was, is the course difficult? Oh yeah, but a couple of years it was even more difficult. And I was racing, I came unclipped, and I fell on the top tube, uterus, and I smashed myself and I bruised my uterus.
Oh God.
That's winning the Super Bowl.
Dude,
right there.
That's a really hard word.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Anyway, none of this will be in the episode, but
Yeah, this you should edit.
yeah, this part I should edit.
Yeah.
Wild.
God, that was
amazing.
It was so bad. It was so bad that it was almost enjoyable.